We're going to go over a little bit about making money with the iManifold today. First off, as you know, you've got your system, you know how to use it, you know how to hook it up. One of the big things about making money with the iManifold is actually the time that you're going to save on the job site. Now, time on the job, time is money, as we all know. So whether you're a business owner or you're a technician, we'll go at a technician's level, getting on the job, getting all your measurements, over 50 points of data right there on one screen. The technician can get in, get the job done, get it done accurately, on and off in a lot less time. You save about, probably on the average, about 15 to 20 minutes per job, which makes you a more efficient, more profitable technician for your company. Or if you're just a one-man show, you know, this is going to help you out. It's going to make you the money that you need. You're going to be on and off the job accurately. And as we all know, once you're on and off the job accurately, the customer's fixed up, he's happy. The best advertisement in the world comes around after that, which is word of mouth. You know, as we all know, that's our best advertising. From the business owner standpoint, having more efficient, faster techs out there, of course, that's more jobs per day. A technician that, say, we'll just use an example of, say, he's out for say eight jobs in one day. He's out on 8 service calls. If we can cut that time off, we've got an extra service call or 2 that he can actually go to. Put more money on the books, flat out. Now, another way this is making you money, of course, is in your area. I'm sure that you have energy programs. There's rebate programs. There's all kinds of incentives that a lot of power companies will offer the end user for the equipment that you just purchased to install. Or if you're just doing tune-ups, doing performance tune-ups for rebate energy programs, those are a big money maker. Simply in the fact that, sure, there's not a lot of money that comes into play as far as a rebate for you, the contractor. But let's just face it, how much money are you spending for advertisement every month? Advertisement's expensive. Who it reaches, you never know. With an energy program, you're already assured of that customer. That customer's already there, he's waiting on you. And you're getting in his door with your iManifold, get it in. They take a look at your professionalism. They get diagnosed. You've got a built-in customer. It's just up to you to retain them and sell them. You know, pretty easy way to do this. Now, when I was just talking about professionalism, that is something that really comes into play with iManifold. I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to show you a report. One sec here. I got that. There we go. Can everybody see my screen there?
Yep, that looks good.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Utilizing your system. I want to talk about professionalism. Rather than you've got your customer, you took care of your customer, you've got all your readings, you got your data, you're explaining to the customer what was wrong with the system and how you corrected it. Showing performance is it's another page in your offers here. We'll take a look at an iManifold report. Now, this is just a basic report that you can show to your customer. As you can see, you've got measurements in and measurements out. Measurements in are basically what the system was doing when you arrived on the job site. Measurements out are after you fixed it. So you're going to want to show your customer measurements in for when they're taking a look at it. We're going to generate this report right quick. Here's your report. Now, I generated this without being hooked up to a system. So all the way down this line over here on this verified, you're not going to see check marks. Hooked up to the iManifold or iConnect, you will see those check marks on there. But as you can see, all your pressures, your temperatures, air side measurements, everything's there. The proof's in the pudding. It's not just a technician, scratching something down on a pad or at the base of the invoice. And we all know that proof's in the pudding. If it's done professionally, nice form, people like to see that. A lot more professional, a lot easier to look at. We're going to go back in here to another report that's nice. This is where it's going to come into play about showing what you did, how you fixed the system, what their system's doing even before or after. We're going to go into this report. It's charge and airflow. This is a very simple, nice personalized report. You can put your logos on this. We're going to take a measurement in. This is when the system wasn't running so great. That's how quickly these reports generate. As you can see, the system was running really good. All of your measurements here, they're falling within the norm. There's all your model and manufacturing information. Your system performance is also shown. And you got your serial numbers and everything in here. Now let's go back. Probably one of the best reports that we have that will make you money is your equipment replacement report. Equipment replacement reports, they're going to take your measurements in, your measurements out after you've done a tune on the system versus replacing the system. So let's take a look at an equipment replacement report. We're going to generate this right now. Problems to list up at the top here. You've got a whole selection here of what you need to do. You're talking to your customer even after you've tuned it and say, well, listen, you've only got a limited amount of time on your AC. We need to repair that. We need duct modifications. And we've got low SEER or EER. That's contributing to why your system's not running that great. The suggested repair. Now the SEER after the repair, we all know it's not going to be back up to par. We'll just say it's going to run in at 8. What is the repair cost? You did a capacitor. There's a few things that you tweaked around a little bit to make it run a little bit better. That repair cost, we'll just say it was $900. And that's actually pretty light for a decent repair. Now, our approximate unit age, this is going to be a telltale thing as well. We're going to put in that this unit is 12 years old. As we know, most of the time, depending upon your part of the country, here in Arizona, systems run between 10, 15 years at the max before they're just deteriorated. Now we can go into your suggested replacement. Now this is where your technicians, if you have sales books with your technician, he goes out on the job, if he's going to upsell them, sell a new unit or what have you, he'll have most all this information in his sales book. So we'll go to a recommended SEER. We're going to go to a high 18. Select your manufacturer. We're just going to use Carrier as an example. Sorry about that. Model number. Put in whatever model number here and match up your tonnage, or if it's going to be upsized or downsized, depending upon what was there already. Replacement cost. We're going to go $10,000. We're going to go off the measurements in, and we'll generate this report. Oh, I got my smiling face over here. That would be your actual logo that gets put in right here. customer information right here, your company information right here.
Hey, Eric, there's one thing we want to stress to everyone, because there's been some feedback that there's a lot of people in the industry that they're all about trying to upsell.
Yeah.
And the beauty actually of our system is you can really quantify the operation of the existing unit as it is today, and then you can really project what the new one will be. And so it takes a lot of the unknown out of it for the end customer. So we think it actually raises the bar a little bit as far as the quality of the sale and the promise of what you'll receive.
Correct. But on this report right here, it is showing, let me get back on here, exactly what we've got. Now I just threw some measurements in here. Of course, this as tested, after repair, after replacement. When you're actually working on the system, I just threw in numbers here. You'll be able to see as tested, after repair, which this is actually going to be better than as tested. And then after replacement, you're better than as tested when you started off. So with this, showing the customer how much he's utilizing right off the bat. Now our next session, I'm going to hook up to a system, make it run inefficient. Then we'll put after the repair and then after replacement. So we'll have better info. Sorry about that, everybody. But showing the customer where they're at, and then after replacement, these are your benefits that you have here, your details, your energy consumption on this.
And so that's a good example, Eric, actually, where it shows, hey, it's a 34-year payback. So you do well to fix it.
Yeah, and I mean, normally, like I said, with proper measurements in there, I mean, sometimes it's going to be a 34-year payback. Sometimes it's going to be a 10-year payback.
Right.
Just all depends. Just all depends. Now, there's another report here for annualized savings. This is a really nice example when your customer, you just did a repair for them. They had some pretty catastrophic things go wrong, or even the slightest little things go wrong. We can take a look at annualized savings. Now, the annualized savings report here, you'll see where your system performance is. Before, we're running at 10.93 on the ER. After the repair, we're at 13.01. Annual operating cost was $1425.60. After the repair, was $1197.50. So annualized savings, we're looking at $228.10 on this particular one. Now, mind you, I'm going to have a better example next time around. Once again, I apologize. I threw in some numbers here, and they weren't exactly the most accurate numbers by any means. But this will give the customer a little information here of what zone they're in, so they can take a look at where they are on the map, and also it gives a brief example of what is EER, so they better understand a little bit. We're just giving enough information where they can be a little bit dangerous. Let's go back in here. Now here on the bottom here, you'll take a look, and there's an export as CSV. This is really nice because if you're using some dispatch software, depending if you're a Service Titan guy, if you're ESC Desco, there's several different ones out there, or even if you're using your own. Exporting this information as CSV, this is a Microsoft Excel friendly file. We'll take a look at this real quick. We've got choice between measurements in, measurements out. We'll just say this is after we did a little repair job on it. This can be imported onto your actual tickets or invoices that you're sending into the customers. and you can save it for your information as well. I know this might look kind of funny, but this is going to be the information that gets sent out. We can expand on all this. All this information up here has a meaning, and it can be imported into your system. All these measurements, your geotagging, everything gets imported into your software. So those of you that are IT guys, that's an easy one for you to take a look at. We also have a mechanical checklist report. This basically goes over everything that's inside the building. Now, I just did a little example of one using carrier information here, made up a model number, puts in the serial numbers. This is going over the thermostat, the filter, the drain line, blower motor, and a bunch of other items on here. You can go through quite a few items. That'll give the state of the system inside and out, from the looks of the furnace, the heat pump, the AC, line set, filter sizes. As you can see, we've got our filter sizes in here. If there was a belts on the air handler, it gives you the option to put in the size of the belt and the number of the belts. That way, maintenance and everything else, you know exactly what's in that system before you ever even go back to it. Very nice thing there. Now, the way we discussed on the, well, I just mentioned before on the beginning of this, how the iManifold can actually pay back, it'll pay for itself in a very short amount of time. And also, this is where it's going to generate you the most money. We're going to talk about callbacks. Callbacks are a major issue that you have in the service industry. Callbacks cost you a lot of money. You know, you can all think about how much a callback will really cost you. A lot of contractors don't even know. If they're a medium-sized contractor, they don't pay attention to it. It's just they send their guy right back out, get the job done, fix it, move them on. Well, how much did that actually cost? Figuring the cost of his hourly wage, the truck, the insurance. The main thing is the lost revenue of the job that he could have been doing instead of going back and making that call. So these run into several $100s for each one of these callbacks. But the contractor most of the time will not even really feel it because he's not pulling money out of his wallet, wadding it up and throwing it in the trash can or setting fire to it. At the end of the month, he's just like, well, we had a decent month. And there's a lot of them that they don't pay attention to it at all. With the iManifold, technicians that you have out there, you've got your great techs, you've got some green ones that are fresh out of school. You got to give them a shot somewhere. These technicians that are out there, they can get out to a job site, figure out what's going on, and fix it to the best of their ability.
Hey, Eric.
Yes.
We have a little technical problem here. Let's hold on 1 second, please. I'm afraid a lot of people have lost connectivity, and I'm not sure why. Can you run back in? Yes. What's going on? Oh, he's back on. Nick's on now as a panelist. Bill's not on.
Yeah, Laura, I think a couple of folks have said they're still connected.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Okay, well, good.
Yeah.
All right, so the technician you've got out in the field, he might not be the greatest technician, like I said, but the last thing that he's going to want to do is make that phone call and call in to his boss and say, hey, I can't figure this out. I need some help out here. Well, he calls into the service manager or you, whoever. You got to stop what you're doing. Get up, get in your truck, drive out there. Depending upon where you live. We're in a metro area over here. If the technician could be out in Goodyear or Buckeye. I mean, you're looking at an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes just to get there one way. The customer's out there waiting. He's wondering what's taking this guy so long. You know, what's going on out here? Next thing you know, you come pulling up, go over there and help out your guy. Well, your technician, you know, he's a little scared, of course. Oops, what are we doing here? He's a little scared of the whole situation. You got to come out there, help him out. Now the customer sees this also. Things that are going through his mind, they go through your mind as well. Who's this guy? Why is he here? Was the technician that came out competent in the first place? How much is this costing me? Those are all those questions that are going to go through somebody's head. With the iManifold and iConnect systems, we can use a thing called Tech Connect. This little tab right here, what Tech Connect does, it allows the technician out in the field to make a phone call to his superior or one of his coworkers that's basically a super tech per se. He can make that phone call and ask for help right there. If you're in the office and you're the guy, his go-to guy, he can call up and say, Bill, I need some help over here. Well, Bill just says it, stream your data. The technician can start up Tech Connect, stream his data, go ahead and start it. He's streaming his data from where you're sitting, Bill. You could be in anywhere, really anywhere you have service. You take a look, you refresh up, and look, there we are live. We connect up. Now, Bill is in New York, I'm in Arizona, and here we are. This is what Bill is seeing. He's seeing my screen right now as the system goes live. Now, of course, there's going to be a short, I'd say it's about a 1.5 second delay, but nothing that is going to be detrimental to what he's viewing.
And Eric, I can go ahead and just demonstrate that I see you live. I ought to be able to stream my data to you. I'm not hooked up to a system, but you will see what I have right now. So
okay, let me go ahead and disconnect. Now I just went back in, and as you can see, we see Bill Northrup is live right here. We can connect up to Bill. My gosh, Bill, what have you got going over there?
Well, you know.
But as you can see, it's very nice to be able to be on the job sites. It's just like you are on the job site with your technician. Now, mind you, we can have a phone call going at the same time. We can have a Skype call, FaceTime, depending upon the system that you use. And it's essentially having a superior tech, the boss, whatever you want to call them, right there on the job site to coach you through it. If there's a second set of eyes needed, if there's just a lot that this has to offer, because let's face it, at the end of the day, you work out here in Phoenix, it's 110 out, you've been crawling in attics all day, you're going to be a little weary, a little tired, and this could help you out a lot. This could help out a lot. Now, the menu options that we have while we're connected, I'm looking at Bill's screen here on our regular bar side menu. I've got a choice to disconnect. I can view the profile that he selected, if any, and I can take a look at the performance of the system so I can get all that data. So if I look at profile, you didn't put a profile in there.
No, I didn't. I just brought up what I had.
And see, you're not really getting a whole lot. You just threw in R22 demo data.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's there. And you know, I'm gonna go ahead just for fun here. We'll restart and see what we get. Okay, now it should be that I've stopped. Is that what you're seeing?
I'm still seeing that you're okay. You're streaming data right now, are you not, Bill?
I'm just going to refresh it,
Okay.
see what you get. Yeah. There it came. So
Back in
you can,
business there.
you can see that it's just a very effective way to demonstrate it. Next time, we'll do one of these. We'll hook up to a live system, and then we'll demonstrate how a person like me, it'd be a beautiful example, could be walked through a tune-up and getting things going properly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But going from the Tech Connect side there, this is 100% value as far as nearly eliminating your callbacks. When your technician has the availability to fix something because he's not very well versed on something, make that call. There's a lot of time that is, think about your seat time in that truck as well. You're not going to have to drive out to his job site. You've got his confidence is building back up because he knows that you're not going to get upset, or your manager's not going to get upset. Anybody's going to get upset really if he's got a little issue out in the field. Because this here, you don't have, there's no getting in the truck and driving anywhere. The customer over there, he doesn't even know that this call was ever made unless your technicians are right in front of him. So there's no other people having to come out. There's a lot of time saved, and he's going to get it fixed right the first time. First time around, it's always the best. And the best advertisement in the world, that word of mouth, that goes a long way. Now let's see here. Stop sharing that. Now, just a quick review. We're about finished up right here. We got about 2 minutes left on here. I know this was a short meeting here, but I want to generate some better reports. I wasn't ready for this. I apologize once again. I wanted to get the correct reports up, but we're going to get those for our next session, and we'll have this session again. If there are any questions, post them up on your chat right now. Give us a call. We've got another session, the same session, but will be a little bit better organized, and it'll be at 4 o'clock Eastern or 1 o'clock on the West Coast.
No, that's great, Eric. I think functionally, the important thing for people to realize is that it gives the contractor and the technician beautiful quality control of the work.
Oh, absolutely. I want to put something up here real quick for everybody to take a look at. Give me 1 second here. Here we go. Let me give you, I'm going to give everybody my screen again here. Now here's something to take a look at. All you business owners, this is the thing to take a look at. Go to our website, iManifold.com, and go to resources and pull up the ROI calculator. That's the return on investment calculator. As you can see here, find out how quickly your company can benefit from the iManifold system. That is probably the easiest and most direct way to find this out. You're going to choose, right off the bat, you choose your product. Now, the product you choose, depending upon what kit that you want to implement and using, you can call us up. If you need some help on what kit would be best suited for you, give us a ring. We'll tell you which one to use. What best suits what you got going. 916 iConnect is probably it is our most popular, to be honest with you.
Oh, it is.
Full wireless system. Gives freedom of movement for the technician. Connectivity is never an issue. It's very portable. It's very small, very compact thing. And one of the things that a lot of people don't understand is you can use as much of the system as you want. If it's simply something that was there was an overcharge on a system, if you don't want to hook up the air probes, you don't have to. It'll work just like a regular manifold as well. Simply by utilizing the high and low pressure transducers in your iConnect, getting your liquid line, your suction line temperatures. Get that used up just like a regular manifold if you choose to do so. Now, if you want complete diagnosis, you're going to utilize your air probes. I suggest that because there's another way right there, the upsell. The iManifold system, the upsell comes easy because you can tell if there's airflow issues. It's going to measure your airflow. If there's duct problems, you've got your return air temperature getting to the coil is 92 degrees. Well, what's your indoor temperature in the house is 74 degrees. Well, we've got an issue there. We've got a lot of heat gain going up. There's probably the system is pulling attic air. We can always find that out. But on this ROI calculator, you got your hourly wages, overtime. It's going to run through just about every little aspect of your business here, and then calculate it and see what kind of money you'll save and make. Actually, very handy thing. It's out there for you to take a look at. Just answer it honestly, because a lot of times I'll go into a customer's office, contractor, and ask them.
And Eric,
yes.
Eric, maybe you might actually show typically an example. If you look at the calculator, there are two big areas where it actually pays significantly. One is equipment sales, right? Upsell. But more importantly, at least in my view, is the reduction in callbacks. And that's very apparent when you look through that calculator. We have a very large company in the Southwest that has 80 technicians. They have 80 setups. And I spoke to them last week, and the fella in charge of their technology world, they have bought into technology completely. And he said they can demonstrate, they went back in their documents, in their data, and it has reduced their truck roll, their callbacks, due to human error by 90% since they've been using the technology. I mean, that's huge. It pays for itself many, many times over.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
and one of the things, though, when one of us goes into a contractor's office and we ask them, how many callbacks do you have in a month? They almost take into offense sometimes. They say, well, what are you talking? I don't have any. Well, let's face it, everybody's got callbacks. Everybody's got them, when you say that you don't have callbacks, walk on water and don't fall, because everybody's got them. And it's just a matter of facing up to what is actually a callback and what's not. True callback is the technician fix it to the best of his ability, and that same issue came back around. It's not going to be where the technician went out, did his job, and there was another failure of another part that didn't have an issue before. So, actually doing it right the first time is what we're looking at.
Hey, Eric, why don't you just do a demonstration just so you can see the changes, for instance, make some changes based on what's there, change, and then see the results.
Okay, well,
might be interesting for people.
The hourly wage, $30 an hour. Overtime's 45. Actual number of service contracts, that could vary by the company. We'll leave these defaults in here. The revenue on a service contract, $250. New service contracts per truck. They've got a 93% retention rate on their service contracts. 95% improvement. New equipment sales profit. Now, this could definitely change considerably depending upon where you're at. There's a common one right there. Additional equipment sales per year.
Yeah, that's a nice low number, right? One per year.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
cheap over there.
But that's fair. It's a nice conservative number. Put two in and see what happens, right? I mean,
Okay. Elimination of callbacks per truck, depending upon how many callbacks we're gonna have. Um, low number is 6. We'll keep 6 on there.
yeah,
Now, cost per callback, let's face it, $275 a callback.
that,
Think twice about that, because when you actually go into the wages and your time, that's where the callback comes into play. All that money comes in. $275 is light. Customers that I've spoken with, I asked them, I said, how much does a callback truly cost you? And it's upwards of $600.
yeah, because it's the direct cost, but then the cost that is incurred as a result, they're not on a money-making job. I mean, that's your asset, and it's not deployed to make money.
Now, I'm even going below the norm with 450. And we'll just leave this at an actual, 6 trucks in here. Now let's calculate this. So your tool cost per truck, $1945.54. Right here, net revenue and savings, $624,326.76. Payback in months, 0.22 months.
Right.
Not even 1 month.
And so if you don't, if you say, that's not right, this isn't right, so go ahead and make it to 25% of what we say, it's significant.
Exactly. I mean, we can change this up. You guys that are watching this, put in your own numbers.
Right. That's key.
Put in your own numbers. That's key to it. Nobody's judging you. This isn't posted up on anybody's website. Well, look what Bob's Refrigeration put on here. Bill's Refrigeration. Yeah, look what he does over here. It's not the case. It's just for you to realize, what's going on and how much money you can actually save. And after the savings, just the savings of the callbacks, that's money earned. That's money gained. Every month you're reaping the benefits of, say you've got 5 callbacks. Well, 5 callbacks, say they were $500 a piece. A lot of money right there. After you go over and get over those callbacks, you pay back on your equipment. Then after that, it's all money in the bank. Money in the bank, and you got a lot more satisfied customers, being that they're getting the job done right the first time around. Your technician out there, he's confident to call his superior. He's going to learn it. He takes a look, he takes it to heart, but it's nice because he's not going over there and getting beaten down.
Yeah, and remember, this tool is a tool and a process and a platform for somebody who wants to do the proper job and a good job. It's not for the gas and go guy. Don't even bother. Because
you guys that own the business and you're looking at getting these tools for your technicians, you're saving your technician a lot. You're saving them steps on the job. It's not a matter of running back and forth to get a measurement. There's a lot of things in here that really make it easy on the technician. He's not bending down and stooping down to look at his gauges. If he's got to go up into an attic or into the house in a closet to make an adjustment on his TXV, he can be inside in air-conditioned space, make his adjustment on the TXV, and watch right there from the palm of his hand what the system's doing. He can be inside air-conditioned comfort while this is going on. Saves your technician a lot. You save your technician a whole bunch of heat, all the exposure. Let's face it, he's more eager to work. You can get a longer day out of it. He's going to make more money. You're going to make more money.
We had a large contractor in Tennessee. When they got a hold of the technology, they had a job that they'd been working 2 years to straighten out, and they could not do it. And when they deployed the technology, they figured out what was wrong with it. So many people will tell you that as an example, that when they deploy it on a job, it makes everything very apparent, and it allows them to diagnose and repair. It's a big,
Absolutely.
big difference.
Very
All
good.
right.
I think we need to wrap up. Can we say a final few words and we'll introduce our folks over here?
Yeah, great.
Absolutely.
So we'd like to say thank you. This is Lori, Tara, and Caroline from our New York offices. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Bill, you're up next.
All right. Well, here we are. So we're pleased everybody came, and we're looking forward to the next time. And also, don't forget to just post anything in Tech Talk, because we're on that. And there's other media places that people post, and we try to get to those, but we look every day at Tech Talk, and that's kind of where we're living. So hopefully that'll be an area you'll go to ask your questions and get answers. So thank you,
Absolutely.
Eric. All right. Good job, Eric.
Thanks for coming in and watching this. Like I said before, I apologize for not having everything to where I wanted it to be. If you want to come back in later today, there is it's 1 o'clock Pacific, 4 o'clock Eastern time. Want to come back in and
Perfect.
we'll go over this again.
Good deal.
Thanks again for watching.
Okay. Thank you all. Take care.